Hello. It's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas in July, day 2. I'm so glad that you found me. I'm so glad that you're here and joining me for this unboxing and project video featuring the second gift in the 12 Days of Christmas in July gift box. I did open up that wait list and I ordered some things to put together a few more boxes. So if you are interested in getting a 12 Days of Christmas in July gift box, go right now to tinyurl.com/Julie gift box to find the Google form and get your name on that list. I'm so glad that you're here. This is the second of 12 videos, daily video series that I'm doing as part of the Christmas in July gift box experience. I have so much fun with this, and I just want to give a shout out to everyone who participated this year. I know it's not in the budget for everybody, and that's totally okay. These videos are for everyone to enjoy, and so I hope that you do enjoy seeing these gifts and that you enjoy the project videos and feel inspired to create something at home using whatever you have. We're going to start our video by opening up the gift for day 2. And I'm actually going to keep this one sealed, but we're going to pretend to open. Ready? Drum roll. And it is ta-da! the charming shimmer faceted gems. These are part of the Charming Day suite, the Floral Charm suite that we used yesterday. Yesterday's gift is was the designer paper. I have got an avalanche that's like falling over there. Okay, that's not for today. That's for another day. Yesterday we used Charming Day and the Floral Charm Designer Paper to create a set of cards with the One Sheet Wonder. Did you guys like that video? I had so much fun with it. Let me recap if you missed day 1. We did a One Sheet Wonder and cut 2 6x6 pieces of designer paper to create 5 different cards. Oh my gosh, I love the way these turned out. I added some die cuts from the Charming Day bundle and some pieces of designer paper. We ended up going with the brushed brass butterflies, but the Charming shimmer faceted gems are another great option. I did promise to you that I would update the PDF with the template, and I added a photo and just sort of like the little recipe, like the things that I used for oops, I gotta change that. It shouldn't say cutting instructions. It should say card recipes. Anyway, it's updated and it is part of the original link, but the server takes a little while to refresh. So check back if you don't see it yet. My IT guy is my brother. He helps me with all the server stuff, and so he's helping me make sure that it gets refreshed and the new file is served to you when you follow the link. So refresh that, check that out later. I did add a photo of all those cards for you. And so today the Charming shimmer faceted gems go with that paper, so I thought we'd use it again to make another card. These gems include Petal Pink, Berry Burst, and Night of Navy, some versatile colors that you can use even if you don't have this designer paper. I love this brand new product. It just came out July 1st, and so if you don't have it yet or the Charming Day paper, you can order it in the online store at juliedavison.com/shop. So one of the other things I was really excited to offer as part of the 12 Days of Christmas experience was an exclusive back pocket card layout, and I didn't tell you I was going to do this because I didn't want to not do it. So I wasn't sure when I was doing the 12 days box if I was going to get it done, but I did, and I'm so excited. So this back pocket card layout is a special edition that comes with the 12 Days of Christmas gift box, whether you did 6 days or 12 days. And it has 2 card samples on the back, including this one with the Charming Day designer paper and those shimmer gems and measurements to create a card with a template. Now, if you're not familiar with the back pocket card layouts, this is something that I do as part of my monthly card kit offering. I have a new back pocket card layout, and I've been doing this for 2 years with some special edition cards in the mix as well. And so these are all the cards that we have. It has been such a fun experience. I personally love to turn to this, and I call it the back pocket card layouts because whenever I feel stuck, I can pull these out of my back pocket and find some inspiration and some mojo again. So we're gonna make a card with the back pocket card layout, but I have something else, a little special offer if you didn't do the 12 Days of Christmas gift box. I know many of you already got this, but I still have a lot left over that are ready to send right now. This was the May special edition pouch. So it says creativity is intelligence having fun. And this little pouch includes 5 special edition cards from May plus a mystery embellishment. And so if you purchase the May back pocket card layout limited edition pouch, which includes all of these, then I will throw in an extra of the 12 Days of Christmas card. So this offer is good through the 12 Days of Christmas video series, which is going to end on August 5th. So if you get this before August 5th, I will add in the extra card for 12 Days of Christmas as an extra little perk. So these special edition back pocket card layouts include this layout, which I really love. And so we're going to make, I think we're going to make 2 cards today. We're going to make two cards with those 2 layouts and some of the Charming Day designer paper. Now tell me, I know many of you have the back pocket card layouts. Tell me how you store them. Tell me what you love about the back pocket card layouts and how you use them, because I would love to hear that in the chat or in the comments on the video. Heather says she loves back pocket card layouts. Heather is on my team of Jubilant Stampers, and that is one perk of being a team member. I send all of my team members, all 3 levels, all of my back pocket card layouts. They get them for free. So they get the ones that I do every month. They get the ones that I do special edition, including the 12 Days of Christmas. They all got that in their quarter envelope from the last quarter. So I'm so excited to be sharing some back pocket card layouts with you today. So as I'm looking at these gems, I really am loving that gorgeous berry burst color, the night of navy color. And so there were two of these papers that really stood out to me. First of all, I love them all, and they're so gorgeous on their own. I just love the back sides too. They're just so rich. But I really wanted to make some cards with these. And of course, this one, I already used that one to make a card with this layout. So I think for this pattern, I would like to try a card with this layout. And with this pattern, I think I'd like to try a card with this layout. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make 2 cards using these back pocket card layouts. Let's start with this card. Got all kinds of piles. I wanted to also bring in a new stamp set. Now, I want to showcase new products while we're doing our 12 Days of Christmas videos. So you're going to see some of those July online exclusives, but there's a lot of stuff from the annual catalog that I haven't had a chance to really play with either. So we're going to go back to the annual catalog as well. And so today I want to highlight this stamp set called Encircled with Love. Do you guys have this one? It's brand new in the catalog, and it coordinates with the new 1 7/8 inch circle punch. Now we've got several circle punches. We have 1 3/4, now 1 7/8, 2 inches, and 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Even though this one coordinates with a 1 7/8 inch, it is not bundled with the 1 7/8 inch circle punch. The bundle is the Silly Safari stamp set. And I'm just gonna be real, I wasn't a fan of the animals, so I chose to just buy the punch on its own and the stamp set on its own. There isn't a bundle discount, so you can mix and match. There is a bundle discount for this one though. So if you like the Silly Safari, you can get the 10% off the punch and 10% off the stamp set. Let me show you a few swap cards that I got with Silly Safari. I love these so much. They're so cute, and it does make me reconsider, but I just don't think I would use jungle animals very much. This one is made by Melody Lampert. And she has some cloud cover in here, pretty peacock, shaded spruce, darling duckling, such a nice background for the zebra. Fussy cut with the black and white and little pink on there. And this card comes from Margot Richardson. She did not ironically use the circle punch, but she created a card with squares. I feel like I've seen this layout in a catalog somewhere. I should have looked at it before. I'm sure that it's in here somewhere, or maybe not. Maybe, oh, actually, boom, that's right, I found it. I always challenge my team to case the catalog, and so I think this was Margot's casing the catalog using some designer paper. She used Shy Shamrock and then cut out squares for our little silly safari guys. So I'm not using the safari, but I am going to use Encircled with Love. And if you don't have this one yet, you can get it in the online store at juliedavison.com/shop. I have a few cards made with this one. Here's one where I used the In Color cardstock and designer paper. This is Strawberry Slush. And then I have another card. This one was actually made by Bonnie O'Neill, and she used the same designer paper and the same stamp set. I thought that was funny to create her card. She used the Stylish Shapes to die cut a bit of a bigger circle for the happy birthday wishes. And then this card I received from Diane Gorski, and I think it's this way. And she used a beautiful gallery designer paper with actually the same layout that we're going to use on the next card. I can't keep track. So let's dig in. For this first card, I thought that this stamp here with the leaf really coordinated well with this designer paper pattern from the Charming Day Floral Charm. There's so many names. And so I'm going to stamp in, actually, I don't know what color I'm going to stamp in. This designer paper has several different layers. And so I brought out some of the cardstock, coordinating cardstock, so that we could kind of decide what colors we want to use. This designer paper pattern coordinates with Peach Pie, Cajun Craze, Mossy Meadow, and Night of Navy. And it's so pretty when you hold up all the cardstock colors and you can kind of make a plan. So usually I like my darker cardstock to be the card base. So I think for this card, I want to go with Night of Navy for the card base. I think it just is a nice contrast there. And then there's another layer, and a lot of times I use a lighter color. So I think the Peach Pie is going to be a good option for that lighter layer. And then we have the focal image and a strip of designer paper. And so we could go two ways here. We could die cut one of the leafy images from the coordinating Charming Day stamp set to have a focal image with our circle. Actually don't mind that idea, but I was thinking that this designer paper maybe would be our focal image, which means we need a strip of another designer paper behind it. That could be this one. Is that maybe too much peach on peach? In that case, maybe we would do Cajun Craze as our middle layer. And do that. I don't know, I kind of like that. What do you guys think of that? I like the peach against the Cajun Craze because I feel like they kind of go together as far as color tones. I think we're going to do that. Heather says she would have picked Peach Pie too. for that middle layer. I think it's a solid choice. That's the great thing about these colors, is that you can mix and match and use any of these colors. We could totally use the other two colors and create a beautiful card, and the colors that we use just pulls out colors from the designer paper even more. So like here we see the blue more because it's against the blue cardstock, but if we did the other one, it would pull out some of the greens or some of the other colors. Let's start with our card base. This is going to be the measurements right here on the back pocket card layout. We're going to go, well, I always score at 4 1/4 first, and then I cut my cardstock at 5 1/2. So when I'm cutting my card bases, I cut 2, and a lot of times I only use 1, and so I have a whole bin. I'm going to see if I can move this over so you guys can see it. I have a little basket. I got this like I don't know, at the dollar store or something, and I have my basket of card bases here. And so when I'm just stamping on my own, I come here and look for the card base color that I need instead of cutting a new one. And so when I cut 2, I have 1 that I hang on to, and I've got them sorted by color family. And so sometimes when I'm lazy, I just like, I just stick them up front, and then I come back another time and I sort them out so that I have them where I need them to be. But this is so handy, especially when you're crafting, like I said, just kind of a one-off card to just grab the color that you need. Clearly I have many, and so I need to use them more instead of cutting extra cards. Sometimes when I have kits, I have like a whole bunch of one color, like this green I think was from a kit that I was taking apart. So I will put my navy cardstock in here. Like I already had one, so I could have pulled from there. But this little tray sits on a cart next to my desk, so it's really handy because it's within reach and I can just get what I need. Anyway, a little side tip there. Okay, Tanya is not trusting. She says she would go with peach pie. Let's just see how it turns out. I think that the peach here is going to pull it out, and it's going to be okay. So our next layer is going to be the Cajun Craze. I always say when you make it at home, you can make it however you want. So if you prefer the peach pie, you can always change that and make your card your way. This piece is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, and I even said lighter cardstock on there. It's okay. Our next piece is going to be, oh yes, the this side, the peach pattern, and that is 1 1/2 by 4 3/4, 1 1/2 by 4 3/4. That's gonna go there. And then our focal image is the lighter panel, and that is 2 by 3 3/4. And that is going to be there, looking awesome. Okay, now we have a piece for our greeting, but our greeting today is on the circle stamp, and so I'm thinking we could add an accent strip there underneath the circle, or we could do a piece of ribbon, which also would be lovely. I was originally thinking that some navy cardstock would be nice. I'm reaching from the scrap bin that's underneath my table. So I got card bases on one side, kind of table height, and then underneath my table I have a big bin with some scraps that I use for cutting smaller pieces. Like usually with the Cajun Craze, I would have tried to pick a scrap. I'm grabbing a scrap of white, and we are going to stamp in Night of Navy ink. Gorgeous. I love that. And 1 7/8 inch and 2 inch are pretty darn close. They are 1/8 of a difference. So here we have the 1 7/8 inch, and it does give a nice border around the punch, or around the stamped image. So I am going to use that, but I wanted to show you, in fact, let's just punch it and see. If you use the 2 inch, you could layer that and create a layered punched look. Since I have a little Night of Navy here, I think I'm going to leave that out. What do I think of the navy and the navy? Should I change this little strip and do a different color? Do I need a longer strip? Should the thank you be in a different color? So many different variables. I kind of want to do the thank you in Cajun Craze, but my chamois is dried up and needs to be cleaned. So I think we're just going to have to leave it in the navy today. But when you make it at home, you can mix it up and do however you'd like. So now that we got the card kind of together, what do you think? Do you like the Cajun Craze? Do you still think that I should have used peach pie in the background? I'm debating whether to use some ribbon, like back here. I'm gonna go check out my ribbon. I don't know. I brought out some white ribbon. And so this would just sort of be really like a subtle. It needs something more like rustic though, like linen thread or something. The ribbon that comes with this suite is pretty, or petal pink, that's not gonna match. The other ribbon that goes with this suite is, or it doesn't go with the suite, it's mossy. This is the Mossy Meadow and Gold trim that is part of the Pear suite, but that brings in some of the green from the paper. I kind of like that. Oh, Nicole, you would like the pink. There's no pink in this paper pattern, so I just find it to be an odd pick. I think I like the green. You guys are gonna gang up on me. Let's go ahead and glue these pieces down as we are thinking about the green ribbon. I think that with that color being in the paper, it kind of ties it. Haha, pun intended. Back in. This is going to go on with some regular adhesive, and I kind of even out the space from the top and the bottom and the sides here. Then we're going to grab our scissors for our little green ribbon. Yeah, I like that. Just cut it a little bit though. And then use some tear and tape. Oh, I think I cut one yesterday that I didn't use. That's funny. And tape it to the back of our circle. Then we're going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals to add it to our card. and I'm going to kind of off center it over here. So the original sketch and the ideas here had a focal image, and instead I've used the designer paper as the focal image and then putting the greeting kind of off to the side. But it's still the same layout. Oh, that's funny. I even used Night of Navy for that card base. Let's add this on with some Stampin' Dimensionals, and then we'll embellish with the shimmer gems. And we can add some of those Night of Navy to highlight the sentiment. That looks about center. And we'll bring in the navy. They really kind of blend in, don't they? With the designer paper. Do you like 2? Or do we want to add the third one on there? What do you think? Does that look good? All right, well, there's card 1 for today. We're going to make a second card with the other back pocket card layout that I pulled out, and that one is right here. We're going to use this card layout, and the colors in this paper are so pretty. We have Berry Burst, Pretty Peacock, and Night of Navy. And so again, we're going to consider how we want to do this. I really do love the navy back here, and then adding the flowers on top. So that could be our background, and then these. And in that case, I feel like I would want to go with Berry Burst, but here's what it would look like on Pretty Peacock. So we'll do a quick vote. Berry Burst, Pretty Peacock. The navy stands out more, doesn't it? Alternatively, we could use a pattern that has the Pretty Peacock in the background instead of the Night of Navy. It looks, oh, you guys are kind of split. I'm seeing a couple Berry Burst. I'm seeing some Pretty Peacock. I do think the Berry Burst pops a little bit more for the background, but our second question then is, do we want the background layer to be Pretty Peacock or the navy? And they both contrast nicely with the Berry Burst. So Berry Burst card base, and then do we want Pretty Peacock or the Night of Navy for the background piece? I'm going to pull out my card base from that box I just showed you. I'm seeing a lot of navy. Oh, and some Pretty Peacocks too. You guys are kind of split. Oh, now there's more Pretty Peacock. I was going to say it looks like navy, but I think Peacock might win this one. So let's do Peacock. Oops, I still need this. Okay, so our background layer is 4 by 5. I'm going to cut that from the designer paper, 4 inches by 5. And then our little focal images are 1.5 by 2. So I'm going to go 3 inches, 4 inches. So 3 by 4. And then we're going to take this piece and cut it into 4 pieces. So we'll do 1.5. What is that? 3. Yeah, 1.5. And then turn it and do 2. And it's kind of like a puzzle. We want to keep these pieces lined up. You can cut them separately, but you just want to kind of keep them lined up together so that when you're putting your picture, it makes sense. Because otherwise, like if you put them like this, it's still kind of a pretty background, but like I think it makes more sense when all the pieces line up together. So transfer those over here. Oh, that is pretty. I like that. Now this card layout calls for a larger circle. So we can either stamp one of the images in a larger circle, or we can just keep with the smaller circle. And I picked out the stamp that says "With Love." Do you think we should stamp that in Pretty Peacock or Berry Burst? That's such a lovely little stamp. I'm on the fence for real on this one. We're gonna have a lot of white showing. And I'm leaning towards the Pretty Peacock because it's darker. A lot of times when I'm trying to decide for my sentiment, I do choose the darker color. The photopolymer picked up a lot of ink, but we got it just right. Got the stamp there. Okay, and we're going to punch this out with, let's see what the 1 7/8 inch looks like. Yeah, that has a lot of white, so let's just stick with that one. I don't want to go any bigger. With Love. I think those are the main components, so let's glue everything down. I kind of want to make this a little smaller. Making a change to my own card. And the back pocket card layouts, like, it doesn't have to be only exactly this. So when you're crafting, I hope that you feel comfortable, like, changing it up, making a change to the measurements to fit the stamps that you're using. I'm going to cut just a 1/4 inch off, making this piece now 3 3/4 by 5, which is the standard like layer size that you would use in a card. We're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals under each one of these squares to kind of pop them up. I realize that's a lot of Stampin' Dimensionals, but I just kind of want to add that dimension to these cards, these pieces, because the card is otherwise kind of flat and plain. So if we add some dimensionals, one more, scoot them over, regular adhesive here. Oh, that's the paper we used yesterday. And center that on the card. And then here's where I think you want to kind of lay it out before you glue it down to get your spacing just right from top to bottom. And then you can use those as your guide. As you're placing the other pieces. I was thinking earlier today about the One Sheet Wonder that we did yesterday, and if you used your entire package of designer paper, the Floral Charm, to make the cards we made yesterday, we got 5 cards from a 6x12 piece, and there are 24 6x12 pieces. So 24 times 5, that would be 196 plus 24. I can't do my math. Something like 120-ish. 120-ish cards. That's kind of awesome. So if you wanted to make a bunch of cards that looked very similar, then that would be a great layout. I'm scooting these over because they're a little bit off from the other side. There we go. A gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous layout already, just showcasing the beautiful colors and designer paper. And then we're going to add our circle in the middle, and let's put some Stampin' Dimensionals there. Oh, you know what would be lovely? More ribbon. I have some gorgeous ribbon. Hang on a second. Ooh, two choices. I was thinking something really light and gorgeous with a little metallic. So here's one choice. We have this one that has silver in it. I like to do that little cross back there because it lays flatter, but you could tie a bow. Or you could do like a, oh, that's pretty, like a little figure 8 back there. So here is the silver. It's kind of a sheer, like sheer and silver. So just a beautiful little touch back there. And then and then here's what it looks like with the gold. I love it. Diane says sometimes she just wants to use designer paper as fast as she can so she can buy more. I used to hoard it. I know you guys, some of you do that, where like, oh, it's so pretty, I have to save it for something special. But then there's more pretty paper that you want to save for something special. And so now I'm so much better about just using a big chunk, just using it, especially if it's pretty. Use it up, make that special card and send it. Don't save it. I can't show you them at the same time underneath the circle, but what do you think about the silver or the gold ribbon? Aren't they really pretty? I think it's just the perfect little touch of elegance that this card needs. Jennifer says silver. I was kind of leaning towards gold right when you said that, but maybe because I'm looking at it right now. Oh my gosh. Cheryl says she got 450 sheets of retired designer paper from Marketplace. How many cards could you make with 450 times 2? That's 900 times 24. That's a lot of cards. Oh my gosh. Okay. Silver, 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 a couple gold. I think we're seeing more silver. Isn't it funny? Like, I think people tend to go more towards gold or more towards silver. Like when it comes to jewelry, I wear more gold than I do silver. But when it comes to card making, I feel like I lean on silver more than gold. So I don't know, that's kind of funny. But I always think of silver as being more of a cool color. So like the blues and silver, I always pair silver with blues. And gold being the warmer color. And so I would pair that more with like the reds. This is, of course, got a warm color and a cold color, so we really could go either way. But more of you are saying silver, so let's do that. All right. So, Cheryl, I'm thinking about those 450 sheets of designer paper, and I would love to know, how do you store like loose paper like that? How do you store your designer paper so that you even know which which of the 450 sheets you want to use? That does seem very overwhelming. I know, that's a good question. Melissa's saying the embellishments that you use may dictate the ribbon that you want to use. And my plan originally, since this is what I'm showcasing today, was to use these shimmer embellishments and to use like the berry burst ones. But I am tempted with either one of these to use more of a metallic gem instead, like even a rhinestone, which leans more towards silver. And so maybe we should switch it up. I don't know. Let's take another vote. Should we use the shimmer gems, or should we bring in some of the silver and add some rhinestones to the card? We've got our ribbon back there. I wish that it was just slightly more angled. Oh, now it's even more straight across. Let's see if we can. I like it like that to go diagonally. Okay, sometimes I wish I had multiple hands when I'm crafting. Some Stampin' Dimensionals, and we'll add this to the card. Oh, that's a good idea. Cheryl's going to sort all of that designer paper by season. That's a good question for you guys at home, even if you don't have 450 sheets of designer paper. How do you store and organize your designer paper so you can keep track of what you have and, you know, what motivates you to pull out one particular paper or set? All right, I do love these shimmer gems, but I think we're going to bring in some of the silver rhinestones. So pull back in that silver color. All right. That is lovely. I love that. All right, well, we had fun today. We made 2 cards featuring some back pocket card layouts, one of which is exclusive to the 12 Days of Christmas. And we also made some cards with the charming floral designer paper, which we showcased, of course, yesterday. And this is such a fun paper. If you don't have it yet, I would definitely consider it and think about adding that to your collection. Of course, we showed off the shimmer gems, which coordinate with that designer paper. And so I hope that you feel inspired by the card ideas that I shared. Encircled with Love is the stamp set, and I'll add a list of all the supplies that I used so you can have that in the video description in case you're wanting to recreate the cards that I shared with you today. Thank you for coming and joining the live premiere. Thank you for watching the replay. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And that way I know that you loved it and you want to see more of it. And if you do want to see more of it, then subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future card making videos. Tomorrow at noon Central Time, Mom and I are showcasing the extraordinary floral washi tape and coordinating bundles. So be sure to tune in for that. After Mom's video at 1 p.m. Central Time, I will have our day 3 of 12 Days of Christmas. And you know what? I'm gonna bump that video back to 1:15 p.m. because I think Mom's video is a little bit longer this week. And so I just don't want you to have to leave her video early to come and check out my video. So we'll do 1:15 p.m. tomorrow for the 12 Days of Christmas, day 3. I can't wait for you to see what the next gift is. Thank you again for tuning in today. I hope that you're enjoying your 12 Days of Christmas in July gift box and this video series. Tanya's saying, would you also let us know where to get the other back pocket card thing that came in the plastic sleeve? Yes, that is a great question. So this is the May 2025 back pocket card layout pouch, which includes that last card layout that we did, and it comes with a mystery embellishment. So it might be different, but it's going to be a new embellishment from the annual catalog. And this Creativity is Intelligence Having Fun project pouch. This is a special thing that I'm doing in May. Some of you already have it, but if you buy this pouch during the 12 Days of Christmas in July video series, I will throw in the back pocket card layout for the 12 Days of Christmas as a little 12 Days of Christmas bonus for you. So this is available on my site at juliedavison.com/kits. You'll find it at the top of the page there. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for 2 project making videos. Have a great day. Bye.